Are we ready? Good evening, everyone. This microphone is live, so I need to be careful what I say. Dr. Bill Valenti here from Trillium Health, and it's nice to see a totally masked group of people who aren't pushing back, which is nice. We were talking about that earlier today, pushback, and all of that. You know, that's one thing we really haven't seen much in this community regarding HIV. That there's always been good, healthy community participation, and this is another example of that. After 40 years, you might think that people would be tired of it, but they haven't. People continue to come out and support the cause, and as you can imagine, trying to end an epidemic during a pandemic can be challenging. So let me thank you for coming out tonight and masking and being a part of this. 40 years. You know, World AIDS Day is a day of reflection. And 40 years into this, it's a call to action. A call to action because we're trying to end the HIV epidemic. And in fact, have the tools to do it. It's just a matter of continuing to get the word out to people and getting them into care and keeping them in care and helping them overcome the challenges that they face that prevent them from doing that. And so this event brings together a venerable institution, the Memorial Art Gallery, with Trillium Health, the University of Rochester, and is the lead-in to a very important event that will be starting in 2022, next year in March. The AIDS poster exhibit, Up Against the Wall, and you'll hear more about that from Jessica Locker-Feldman in a little bit as we move through the program. So an important milestone, and let me begin to wrap up here. On behalf of the Memorial Art Gallery, I would like to extend a huge thank you. You know, I would never say that, but when you're scripted, you just, right? You just say what they've given you. A huge thank you to Thomas Warfield, though you deserve a huge thank you. Your title, according to the script, is Community Guest Programmer for this event. I would call you Dancer Extraordinaire, and you've been doing this for a very long time on World AIDS Day, along with, of all people, Scotty Gannett. Where are you? I called you the prodigal son earlier. Also doing logistics, which many of us don't do very well. We got Tamara Lee and Braden Reese for their hard work. Many thanks. And we celebrate then a unique partnership, Trillium Health and the Rochester Victory Alliance, who for many years have continued the work to try and end the HIV epidemic. Equally challenging during pandemic times, but we will get there and we will do it. So many thanks to you for coming out and helping support that.
I do logistics too. Well, thank you all. So I think we're 6 feet apart, so thank you all for being here.
I am so grateful. Yes, that's true. I think, I don't know how many years I did the World AIDS Day concert, but I actually started the World AIDS Day concerts back in Salt Lake City when I was a grad student at University of Utah in 1990. That was the first one I did. We raised money for Romanian orphans. And then when I came back to Rochester sometime in the late 90s or mid 90s, I started doing them here for, well, many years until Scotty took over. And we haven't really had one in a long time. Sometimes we think that, you know, things are okay, and, you know, we've got another thing to think about right now, but actually, it's not really okay. As long as we still have HIV and AIDS, it's actually not okay. You know, I lived in New York in the 80s when HIV and AIDS was first sort of, well, at that time we didn't even have a name. We didn't have HIV and AIDS name yet. And I did volunteered at the Gay Men's Health Crisis. It was just starting, the Gay Men's Health Crisis at that time. And actually, RuPaul also volunteered at that time, too. And one of the things I remember about that time was how much we all came together. We all do have sort of unique voices, something unique about us, and sometimes it's not very easy to kind of unify, to work towards a single goal. And I think sometimes on World AIDS Day, it's a time to reflect and remember that we actually can come together and unify and work towards a single goal. I mean, we kind of did this last year. And so the thing about unifying and coming together is you can't lose your voice. We kind of create a symphony in a sense. And each instrument or each of our voices is important in that symphony. You can't really have the whole without the parts. And so I just want to encourage each of you to always use your voice. You have something the world needs, and nobody else can give it. And so this song I'm going to do for you kind of reminds me of that, that you have a song to sing, and while you're here, you might as well sing it. Sing a song, sing out loud, sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song, make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. Sing a song, let the world sing along. Sing of love there should be. Sing for you and for me. enough for anyone else to hear. Sing. Sing a song. Sing a song, make it simple, that lasts your whole life long. Or if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear, keep singing, keep singing your song. Sing your song. Just sing your song.
I've got a script and everything, just like Bill. A hearty hello, Rochester. It's good to be home. What an honor. I think of myself in a room of shares. Rochester is a room of shares. You say Thomas or Scotty or Harry or Bill, Evelyn. And people know who that is, right? That's being home, the Gay Men's Chorus. James Smith, our soon-to-be first out gay mayor at midnight tonight. Called and said, Michael Hardy, would you fill in for me? We're looking to do the succession plan, and there's a lot of work to be done in the next 12 hours. And so in my last commute from Watkins Glen, I said, what a great way to come home. And so I was honored to do this because I get to honor friends. Scotty, I always called my pride son, so it was funny that Bill said prodigal son. We worked on Pride for many years. Thomas and I had a deep moment a couple months ago when I said this is a wonderful life moment. And though I'm going off script a little bit, I do want to honor you according to James, who will be the distinguished mayor to be. So let me do a little bit of the scripting. And he and Lovely, both, this is signed by Lovely Warren, so and I know a friend, and some challenges we've had to face with her, but this is from her, and then presented from James. And it acknowledges that you, as Bill had mentioned, have been doing this for decades. Nothing wrong with that. We've earned every gray hair or purple hair. Or shade of purple hair. Scotty, again, proud of you that you kept this as a long-lasting, important occasion for Rochesterians and the world alike, for the tens of thousands of dollars you raised for those causes in 12 countries, the orphanages, and just the awareness and the acknowledgement in our own community how important World AIDS Day was, is, and will always be. I missed this event when it wasn't happening. It was one of my all-time favorite events. How many people have red scarves? Right? I love the red scarves. I probably bought tons of them as gifts. In any case, I also want to acknowledge, because as I paraphrase, I'm thrilled about the Atwater Collection, and you're going to hear from Jessica, and Bill stole some of my thunder on that. If you didn't see the book, you've got to see that. And I can't wait to come back in March and see that. I'm a Memorial Art Gallery member, put in a good plug for them. The performance is the Gay Men's Chorus. Again, it wouldn't be an event without you all here, so thank you for being here. And of course, the dancers. Working Dance also celebrating, so the Gay Men's Chorus, 35 years. The dance group, you're 40 years. Just amazing, the longevity. So congratulations to both of you. And even though this is scripted, I know that Mayor Lovely Warren, Deputy Mayor, soon-to-be Mayor, did I say openly gay mayor? They know these things. This isn't just scripted. And my very good friend Jerry Zemansky, but everyone knows who Jerry is, said, you know what, instead of the whole proclamation, read the last paragraph, because it's very deep. And this is for you and to acknowledge the work you've done with your posse, with your family, adopted and otherwise. Whereas there is a vital need to address inequities in order to advance the human rights of disadvantaged and marginalized communities who are suffering from HIV, to take notice of the impact of HIV on people's lives, to end the stigma and discrimination, and to improve the quality of life of those affected. It is imperative that days such as World AIDS Day continue to be observed to not only amplify awareness of these critical issues, but to provide a beacon of hope that though the collaborative efforts of individuals, governments, medical facilities, and the global community at large, this deadly disease may someday be conquered. Thomas, thank you very much on behalf of Lovely and of James.
To say a couple of words. Oh, I can't say anything without my glasses. Yeah, I'm at that age. Okay, so I just wanted to say a little bit about. First, I want to just acknowledge Nydia with Borinquen Dance Theater for 40 years. And the dance you're about to see. Dance by Zanila Penn. It's called Unity, very appropriate. And I got to see it a few weeks ago at the 40th anniversary celebration for Borinquen. And this young, wonderful woman choreographed it herself. And I think you're just gonna adore it. And so I'm so grateful that we have you here tonight.
I am you, and you are me, then let's explore the unity, the harmony never conceived before, so sure of doors closed, now bulldozed by possibility. My reality reordered by divine order that transcends us and who and what I used to be, a mere vessel of personality. Too small to contain, too small to restrain, a content too infinite to define, too magnificent to confine, too perfect to refine, too precious not to align with the truth of my being. Now seeing with fresh new eyes, the lies no longer capturing my attention, a new comprehension of a dimension of purity that opens my heart to our unity. If I am you and you are me, then where is the unity? The responsibility to dare to care for one another. No cover can camouflage our connection. The detection defies rejection. No objection can force my defection, no more dejection of what I know to be true. You are me, and I am you. A truth so simply true that it escapes our imagination, our affirmation, our determination to live like we know what we know. No more spiritual amnesia, a seizure that has us convulsing with the pulse of the world at a beat so steady that it makes us wonder if we are ready to step to the drummer inside. Step on with the rhythm that says that we are marching together, and whether fair or foul, through sunshine and storms, causation and forms, we acknowledge each other's existence, no longer pretending like I don't see you. 2 inches from me in the elevator, standing next to me in the grocery line, no longer acting like what happens to you and your family bears no reality on my health and well-being. Now decreeing that our interconnectedness creates a nest in my heart that hatches a love that remains no matter the strains on our relationship. I don't have to like you to love you. And I am the people that I don't like. And with enough foresight, I'll grow to love the you that's me. And even if it's hindsight, it still guides my vision, informs my decision to stay open and concerned when I've been burned or returned to someplace I couldn't forgive before. Yet the doors, once closed, are bulldozed into possibility, reordering my reality with an order so divine that all I can do is shine. Remind myself of our unity, born out of our divinity, which only needs an opportunity to just be. Be what? Be everything, especially one with you.
Logistics. Good evening, everyone. Assemblymember Harry Bronson here. It is truly my honor and privilege to be with you again this year, although we had a few years where we paused, but we're back here together again. I want to thank Thomas and Scotty for all the years that you have done this concert and this performances for the benefit of charity, but also for the benefit of our community. Wonderful song, Thomas, and we all do have a story, and we need to use our voice to share that story. We need to use our voice to share our experience, but we also need to hear other people's experiences. We need to come together through the sharing of stories, whether we share that through that interpretive dance that we just saw that talked about unity, oneness, but yet togetherness. We, as a community, as the LGBTQ plus community, we know the struggles that humanity faces. We face that struggle as individuals, but we also face it as a community. And HIV and AIDS certainly put us to the challenge of the ultimate struggles. The struggle of life, the struggle of death, the struggle of survival. We have survived. Many of us have survived, but we also have lost far too many. It's a somber evening for me. It's a somber evening for the LGBTQ community as we stand here before you. Many of us no longer can hear the voices of many of our friends. We can no longer hold their hands. All that's left are their memories. But we honor those memories by doing shows like this. We honor those memories by sharing our stories. We honor those memories by working together because, indeed, we are stronger together. It's my honor this evening to present a proclamation from the New York State Senate as well as the New York State Assembly. We have a tremendous delegation here in the greater Rochester area with Senator Samra Brook, Senator Jeremy Cooney, Assembly members Sarah Clark, Damon Meeks, and Jennifer Lunsford. Coincidentally, they're all out of town at a convention, or the Senate is having their retreat, but we do have members from and representatives from their offices, and if you will stand when I call out your name: Justin from Senator Brooks' office, Austin from Assemblymember Clark's office, Heather from Assemblymember Lunsford, and I'm gonna possibly mess this up because I don't believe I've met you, Vivica Smith from Damon Meeks' office, our wonderful state delegation. Thank you. And I also saw a strong and dedicated ally to the LGBTQ community, Bill Maley, supervisor of the town of Brighton, is here. So tonight we mourn those who we have lost, but we also celebrate the steps that we have made to address this epidemic, moving it from a death sentence to a treatable disease. And while we do not have a vaccination or a cure yet, we have taken critical steps so that people can live a quality of life with HIV. And I want to thank you again, Thomas, for relaunching this concert tonight, as it helps us to remember and to heal. It also reminds us, especially now as we're facing another virus, COVID-19, that we must be ever vigilant to address social, racial, and economic injustices that manifest themselves in health disparities, bigotry, and fear. We must use our voices to counteract those disparities and to counteract the racism in particular that we see in the healthcare system. With that, I'd like to present you, Thomas, if you will come up with this proclamation. And as Michael Hardy indicated, it's not good to read the whole proclamation because, it's got all these whereas clauses and things like that. So I too will only read the end of it. And it's whereas on World AIDS Day, we honor those whom we have lost and those living with and affected by HIV/AIDS. And we are grateful for the upcoming exhibit, Up Against the Wall, Art, Activism, and the AIDS poster, which features HIV/AIDS education posters from the Atwater Collection of the University of Rochester. Therefore, be it resolved that the members of the New York State Rochester delegation pauses in their deliberations to commemorate World AIDS Day, global solidarity, shared responsibility. The past is local, the present is global, the future is shared. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Harry. I want to introduce the Rochester Gay Men's Chorus. When I first came back to Rochester and decided to do these concerts, This was the first group that said yes. And they have been, I think, on every World AIDS Day concert since. And so it's with great pleasure that I introduce the Rochester Gay Men's Chorus.
We at the RGMC are honored to be a part of this concert. My name is Wilson Sutherland. I'm the artistic director of the Rochester Gay Men's Chorus and a faculty member of the University of Rochester, so I feel particularly at home today. It has been 648 days since we have offered a live performance. The last time was on February 22nd, 2020 at the Memorial Art Gallery in the ballroom. So we are home in more ways than one. I want to give a special recognition to our pianist, Alex Kuczynski. Thank you so much for your talents. And, after 648 days, I think we all need a little Christmas. From our upcoming concert this weekend, December 4th and 5th at Hochstein Performance Hall, I want to add a special thanks to Thomas Warfield for letting us add our voices to your vision tonight. We mourn with those, we remember those, we celebrate those who are still with us. It is our deep honor to be a part of tonight. Here is Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. This features soloists Daniel Reeder and Cole Johnson. Thank you.
When I heard there was
It gives me really great pleasure and joy to introduce, am I on? It gives me great pleasure and joy to introduce Scotty, because when I decided I wasn't going to organize these concerts any longer, Scotty said, "Oh, I will." And that's exactly what he did. And now that he lives in Chicago, I'm just even more grateful that he is here with us tonight.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here with you. I hope you all are doing well. You know, this is my 10th World AIDS Day concert being a part of, and I'm so glad I could come back from Chicago and be here with you all tonight. You know, I continued the concert, as Thomas mentioned, when he was planning on ending it, because I felt we needed a space annually to come together, to remember, to reflect, and also to look forward to the day when we end this epidemic, we have a cure and a vaccine. You know, as I thought about what I wanted to sing this evening, I thought a lot about the community of people that have been involved with this concert for 16, now 17 years here in Rochester. Artists and activists, medical professionals, and those who've been on the front lines of HIV/AIDS, responding to it for so long. But also, I thought about the folks that are no longer with us, that were a part of this concert at its very heart and soul. You know, folks like Marcia Jones, who every year came and shared as an author one of her short stories. Billy DeMetzener, who came in saying, "I am what I am," and lent his powerful voice, encouraging us to share our story and be who we are. Reverend Vernice Warfield, who came and offered a benediction and a blessing of her presence every year. And more recently, of course, Jeremy, an activist who pushed us all to change the world, and others. And so the song that I'm about to sing really encourages us to not only be thankful for what we've seen, but also be hopeful for what we haven't seen, that brighter day, the day when we end not only this pandemic, but also the epidemic. Some days we forget to look around us. Some days we can see the joy that surrounds us. So caught up inside ourselves, we take when we should give. So for tonight we pray for what we know can be, and on this day we hope for what we know we see. It's up to us to be the change, and even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Look beyond ourselves, there's so much sorrow. It's way too late to say, I'll cry tomorrow. So caught up inside ourselves, it's so long overdue. So for tonight we pray for what we know can be, and on this day we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us
the change. And even though we all can still do more, there's so much to be thankful for. Even with our differences, there is a place we're all connected. Each of us can find each other's light. So for tonight, we pray for what we know can be. And on this day, we hope for what we still can't see. It's up to us to be the change. And even though this world needs so much more, there's so much to be thankful for. There's so much to be thankful for.
And now I would like to introduce Jessica. The reason I'm introducing you a little before you come is because really we owe her the reason we have the concert, because she really said, "Can you do the concert?" So.
At the risk of no lipstick, but I think we're all used to this these days. The dash of red lip is in hibernation. Nice. We do have so much to be thankful for. I'm thankful for all of you here tonight and for Thomas. And I think about that lunch with Thomas and Jeremy and I scheming and planning. And I miss him, and I'm thankful that we had some time with him, so we wanted to just say that. I want to also thank Rachel, Alyssa, and Jessica, and all the folks at MAG for putting tonight together, and of course that force of nature that is Thomas Warfield. And I am so thrilled to be a little more emotional than I thought I would be in being in a place where we're hearing beautiful voices and movement and celebrating life and celebrating legacy and memory. As many of you know, I'm Jessica Locker-Feldman. Maybe you don't know that. I am the Exhibitions and Special Projects Manager at the River Campus Libraries at the University of Rochester, and I'm the curator, not of the exhibition, but the curator of the collection as a whole that was given to us beginning in 2007 by Dr. Edward Atwater. He, in the course of about 30 years, amassed the largest collection of HIV/AIDS posters in the world, over 8,000 posters from 130 countries and in 76 languages and dialects. It is a remarkable collection, and all of it is available online. As many of you know, we are about to, this is a kickoff celebration as we open on March 6th of 2022, finally, the exhibition Up Against the Wall, Art, Activism, and the AIDS Poster. It is going to be a remarkable show. The book is already out. RIT Press, bravo. And I have to show, it's like, I have to keep showing these end papers because I love to say, it was the product of 1,000 million zillion decisions. This is just a small selection of the posters that are available in the in the collection as a whole, and that collection is available for everyone to use. Dr. Atwater is no longer with us, but I want to just thank him and his family and all the folks that he deputized to build this collection over the years. I hope to see all of you again and again at the myriad events, public programming, film series, all of the things that we are planning to do between March and June of next year. And I'm really excited to share that with you. I want to encourage folks also to mark your calendars and save the date. The exhibition opening is March 6th. There are postcards everywhere, and we'll hand them out. You can share them with your friends. And then March 17th, 18th, and 19th, we have 3 major exciting events. March 17th is my birthday, so you'll have to all remember that. We are bringing in Avram Finkelstein, who is one of the members of Grand Fury, the design collective that designed the Silence Equals Death poster, which is internationally understood and respected as a symbol of what we need to do to speak out and to be active in preventing and combating the HIV/AIDS virus. So Avram will be here on my birthday, and then we'll have a conference on Speaking Through Silence, a public conference on HIV/AIDS histories on March 18th. And then on March 19th, we will continue with the Rainbow Dialogues, which will be here at MAG this time instead of at RPL. So I encourage everybody to mark those dates, and I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight, for sharing in your beautiful voices and spending time together as we recognize World AIDS Day through the uplifting art and beauty that we have surrounding us here this evening. And let us take a moment to honor those we have lost, those who have suffered in the face of the ongoing HIV/AIDS epidemic in our own community and around the world. Thank you very much.
And now this next group is another group that has been almost on every World AIDS Day program, concert, and it's very dear to my heart because it's born out of the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, where I am a faculty member, and where my extraordinary colleague, Luann Davis Haggerty, has envisioned really beautiful way for students, alumni, friends to come together to create. Here's Dangerous Signs.
Everybody, I'm Luann, as he so beautifully introduced me, so I'm excited to be here. There's just one problem. You saw us. We're all dressed the same, and I have a whole group of people here. I'm not quite sure where they went. It'll be fine. We're a 10-year-old group. We were formed by 4 Black deaf students at NTID. And they thought it was pretty funny because they were all tall too, that the 4 of them walking around, people were always like, ooh, are they a gang? Ooh. You know, so yeah, that's us. We're dangerous signers. Whoa. And that became kind of the name. So I don't want to hold up the show much. Look. You know, no problem. This is not a problem. We'll just start without him. Yeah, what the heck? Okay, I shouldn't have touched it. I know they're here. So I'll just.
be afraid if I'm all alone. Life is never easy, the rest is unknown. Up till now it's been me with hands against stone. Each and every moment searching for what to believe. Coming out of the dark, finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. I knew they'd show up. Coming out of the dark, I know your love could save me if you share it with me. It's okay. It's okay. Let's start again. Starting again was part of the plan, and I'll feel so much stronger holding your hand. Step by step, we'll make it through, I know we can. It may not make it easier, but I have felt you here all along. Coming out of the dark, I finally see the light now, and it's shining on me. Coming out of the dark, I know your love can save me if you share it, share it. I'll stand on the rock of your love. Stand on the rock of your love. I'll stand on the rock of your love. I would like to introduce to you Dangerous Signs. Jenny, I'm Arthur, and I love to wear a red scarf in the winter. Hi, my name is Anna. His Saurus. He likes to bring his Saurus, so you know he's not the oldest person in the group. Woo! Happy birthday! Five cats. That would be Karen. Hi, I'm Matt. Hi, everybody, I'm Sam. Camille. And all together, we are Dangerous Signs. Our first piece will be a poem, Sonnet 24, by William Shakespeare.
Mine eye hath played the painter, and hath stelled thy beauty's form in table of my heart. My body is the frame wherein 'tis held, and perspective it is best painter's art. For through the painter must you see his skill, to find where your true image pictured lies, which in my bosom shop is hanging still, that had his windows glazed with thine eyes. Now, see what good turns eyes for eyes hath done. Mine eyes have drawn thy shape, and thine for me are windows to my breast, where through the sun delights to peep, to gaze therein on thee. Ah, yet eyes this cunning want to grace their art. They draw but what they see, know not the heart.
Hit it, Jackson.
We may not yet have reached our glory, but I will gladly join the fight. And when our children tell their story, they'll tell the story of tonight. They'll tell the story of tonight. Tonight.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
Well, let that lonely feeling wash away.
We see is love.
'Cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand and hold.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away. No matter what they tell you,
Someone will come running to take you home.
raise a glass to all of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us, telling the story of tonight.
The shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new.
It's only a matter of time. Even when the dark comes crashing through,
When you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found.
so let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again.
If you only look around, you will be found.
When our children tell their story,
You will be found.
they'll tell the story of tonight.
Oh,
No matter what they tell you,
tomorrow there'll be more of us telling the story of tonight.
the story of tonight.
Wow, that was really inspirational. Thank you. That makes me think about
a drama. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching up to the beat I drum. To the beat I step. To be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the words wanna cut me down, I send the love to John. This is me.
Danger signs, ladies and gentlemen.
And now I'd like to introduce some friends of mine from my church, Unity. And Unity Church, which is a church that I have belonged to for decades, actually, has always also been a part of the World AIDS Day concerts. And actually, we had one of our World AIDS Day concerts at Unity many years ago. And these are my dear friends that are going to bless us with some beautiful music.
We're also joined by Jim Davis, our friend Jim Davis, on the guitar. Broken hearts and broken wings, bring it all and everything. Bring the song that you fear to sing, all is welcome here. And even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, come anyhow. We're stepping into the power of now, and all is welcome here. La 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 la. See the Father and the Son, reunited, here they come. They're dancing to the sacred drum. They know they're welcome here. I see the shaman and the mighty priest. I see the beauty and the beast, singing, I have been released, and I am welcome here. I am welcome here. La 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 la. We are welcome here. La 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 la. Stood alone at the gateless gate, too drunk on love to hesitate. To the winds I cast my fate and the remnants of my fears. I took a deep breath and I leapt and I awoke as if I never slept. Tears of gratitude I wept. I was welcome here. La 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 la. I am welcome here. La 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 la. So bring your laughter, bring your tears, your busy lives, bring your careers, bring the pain that you carried for years. All is welcome here. Freedom is not so far away. There's only one price we have to pay, and that's to live our dreams till they fade away. Then let them go. Live our dreams, then let them go. Oh, la 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 la. Let them go. La 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 la. La 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 la. All is welcome here. La 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 la. All is welcome here. All is welcome here. All is welcome here.
So I'm here to represent the Rochester Victory Alliance, and as Thomas said earlier on, it's not okay that the virus is still here. And so that the group that I'm with the OR, and our role here is to help end the epidemic, to come up with better treatments for lots of comorbidities with HIV, but also to come up with a vaccine. I think one of the things about the COVID pandemic is it really shows that we can make vaccines for difficult viral pathogens. HIV is harder, much harder actually. But there's a lot of hope, there's new technologies, and there's new trials. If any of you haven't been partners in our trials, please think about it. I was a partner in one of our vaccine trials myself about 25 years ago. Vaccines are a lot better now than they were then. I'm going to share with you a movie that we made. It was intended to sort of address the HIV stigma. I'm sorry, I'm shading my eyes so I can see you all that. So it was intended to sort of address stigma in the community, stigma around the virus, stigma around self-disclosure. You'll see in the film that many very brave people speak about their diagnosis with the virus. Personally, they reveal that in what is now called
folks you'll see here speaking in their own words. The movie was made by local movie maker Don Casper. It won a New York Emmy as Best Documentary Film Director category. And the other person that you'll see featured in the film is our artist in residence at the university right now, Shani Wheatley, who's also a lifetime artist in residence at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. And she unfortunately is out of town, visiting her dad right now. So Thomas, thank you for inviting us to be part of this, and I hope you all enjoy this film. Thank you.
First is I'd like to get your name down right, and I know you spell Xena with a Z.
That's right.
And Chambers is just like how it sounds.
Yes. I became infected in '85. 33 years. Just the day my son was born. During delivery, I lost blood, and so they had to give me blood, so the blood, of course, was contaminated, which I didn't find that out till a year later, almost a year later. All I could see was just jumping out the window and being over with, but all I kept doing was looking at my babies.
Yeah.
You know, who was going to take care of them?
Words can feel so tangible and so solid. Whereas if you just have the way you look, people are prepared for that, but you're not just what you look like. So if we just didn't have the words, you'd just be what you look like walking down the street. It's something, I guess. And so you put fragments of the conversation that you offer up, that you're participating in your own portrait.
Are you doing my face?
I'm just trying to like get the skin tone right. Just like looking at your cheekbones and your blush.
Yeah.
Perfectly blended.
Perfectly blended, yes.
Of course.
These thoughts go through your head when you find out that you're positive. You think of these words like, oh God, now I'm about to be labeled as being unclean.
Yeah.
You know, like these all things that run through your head when you find out that you're positive. HIV already has stigma on it already, but just imagine being trans.
Yeah.
Imagine just being Black.
Yeah.
And then to add the extra HIV positive on it. I don't know, I think for myself, sometimes it depresses me. It makes me think that I'm never gonna meet anyone that's truly gonna love me for who I am.
We throw words out there all the time, and I think it's good to have an experience where somebody is really valuing every word, like is hanging on to it and like writing it down, and everything is interesting. Is like, how would somebody see me? How am I heard?
There's more than 1 million people in the US currently living with HIV, and there are 40,000 new infections every year in the US. Right now, those individuals will have to take antiretroviral drugs the rest of their lives. And for many of them, that's a long time. So a big goal is to figure out how to eradicate the virus from those people's bodies. And we currently don't know how to do that, but it's a big question. My research is like fundamental lab-based research. So, you know, I would spend most of my time looking at a test tube. This project has got none of that. This is much more about, you know, like, why are we doing this research? Who's it for? In a way, you're raising a question about how do they expect people to look, behave, act, whatever, and to what extent does that really have anything to do with the person? there's a tendency to see somebody as the other when they don't fit that box that you have in mind for them. So in that small way of just challenging, I suppose, what that box is or what that box is supposed to be, maybe it's a small part of just figuring out how to look at a person as a person and not as anything else.
So you're wearing a different look today.
Yeah.
Would you like to share with me what you were thinking?
Same.
About your
A long-winded and complicated answer. Exploring something different felt like it would be interesting and a little scary and not something I've done. So that's part of the answer too. Like, this I realize will be, people will see this, but that part is scary in the future. It's not scary in the present, if you see what I mean.
So I've got to put in those eyebrows that have been dressed up.
There you go.
One of the things that I think is cool about you putting on a dress and some makeup is just you're wearing this today is a statement.
Yes, if it was about anything, it would be about a gesture of support. I remember this one time I was meeting somebody, and I said I worked on HIV, and they were just about to shake my hand. And I said I worked on HIV, and they pulled their hand back. Like they didn't want to shake hands. And it wasn't, I don't think, because they didn't particularly like me or anything, or they changed my mind about me, but they changed my mind about whether I was safe.
Right.
And so it gives you a small insight into sort of the nature of fear, I suppose.
One of my favorites is I drew Rich, and then he's like, my husband's, you're 230 or something, you're sitting with him next. And then I did Todd. So these are gonna be framed as like a diptych. So getting the context and really getting to know a whole community. What I think is really unfolding here with these portraits, it's a portrait of a family. Leela? Hey, how are you? Good. I just finished it last night.
Oh, cool.
Because I knew I was going to see you today. So, I
like that.
I think there's something of you in it, kind of.
Oh, yeah. And I look so much like my mother. I do. I was a little nervous, but it was just nice to just think that I might be able to help somebody else by seeing something in my portrait and the things about me.
If you don't think there's any good in the world, be the good you wish to see in the world. And that's what my mom said. I got tested and it came out positive. It was, I guess the word is self-healing, to just talk about it to a complete stranger and to have that mutual connection about the story. Words are just words, but there's a lot behind them, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not there to scare you. It's to just be talked about.
June 16th of 2006, and that was the day that my life changed. That was the day I found out. I had to make a decision, am I going to be a part of the statistics that die in 10 years from this, or am I going to die an old man with the disease? It wasn't a hard decision, but I guess it's easier said than done. And here I am today.
Y'all gonna edit all this stuff, right?
Yeah, it's...
Because I'm like, make me sound smart, y'all, whatever you do.
I'm putting that on the top here. Make me sound smart.
Right.
Whatever you do.
You gonna put
me
that
too. What she said goes for me too.
I am Zena before HIV all day.
Yeah.
HIV is just a part of my health history, and it's nothing to do with who I am.
Right.
She's a beautiful, strong woman.
With a nice scarf.
With a nice scarf.
Cute lipstick.
And she has a life, and she's a beautiful person, and that she's, I'm hoping that she's educating other people about, you know, you can live and not die. You don't have to die.
Out of all the portraits that she's done, what was it about Giselle's original portrait that spoke to you?
I don't know if it's one thing. It's the sense of a person whose life journey hasn't been easy. And you sort of look at her now and you would never, you know, all of this is stuff you wouldn't guess. You wouldn't know that this is what's gone on in her life. And so I think that openness and willing to put themselves out there. So I wouldn't say there's really one specific thing on here. It's more the richness of this life that speak not only to her experience, but speak to the experience of many other people.
Will you want to see your portrait?
Yeah, sure. Show me. I've actually been curious about it. Okay. Oh, I have to open it like a real. Okay. Oh. Yes. She captured my hair. And she captured my tattoos right here. She did. And my eyes. She always do my eyes really good. And she captured my big smile. I think what pushed me to want to do this and to share my status of being positive, you don't see a lot of trans women sharing their story about being positive. As a trans woman, you go to a point where, you know what, I just don't care what nobody thinks, you know? Because I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best things about being Giselle. No one will have any sway on how I live my life. Nobody's opinion, nobody, you know? If I don't care what my mama thinks, what makes you think that I care about what you think?
Yeah. I'm writing that down.
Wow, I'm so glad you all got to see that if you hadn't seen it before. It's very moving. I'd like to now introduce the RIT Dance Corps under the leadership of Mark Ellis Holland. I think at every World AIDS Day concert, there has been a dance group from RIT. Back in those days, I was the director, and I'm so happy that there is someone taking that forward, and I am so excited that they're here with us tonight. It's called Build.
I thought I wanted to be made of fairy tale endings, where I'd never know what was real, or only a dream. So I dreamt that I belonged to you, because I knew you'd keep me safe from bigger things. Giant spiders, disasters, and unnatural ones too. I've never felt as safe as I felt in that cage with you. But when I started to wake up, I saw those gilded bars around us, and I couldn't remember how it went in the dream. Was I the bird? Or was I the cage? Was I myself?
Or one of my mothers? Was I safe? Or was I suffocating? Because the bird is in a cage, and the cage is in a town. And the town is made of blinding white flour and beautiful lies. And maybe we can't help the things we dream of any more than we can help the stuff we're made of, or maybe we can. If we can finally see the lies and the town and the cage we're inside of, we can see so many other things too. We can see the door, a way out. And we can fly away.
Thank you. And now, to almost close us out, the incomparable Samantha Vega.
I got tested, and my test results came up positive.
Test for what? Positive for what? What are you talking about?
I have HIV. Oh God, I can't believe this. I mean, I thought this happened to other people, but not me. I mean, I'm only 16 years old. I had a whole life ahead of me, and now I'm gonna die. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm so confused. All we had to do was just use protection. I mean, the condoms are right there.
Here in the dark, I stand before you, knowing this is my chance to show you my heart. This is the start. This is the start. I have so much to say, and I'm hoping that your arms are open. Don't turn away, don't you hear me? But you have to hear me. Here's where I stand, here's who I am. Love me, but don't tell me who I have to be. Here's who I am, I'm what you see. You said I had to change, and I was trying, but my heart wasn't lying. I'm not a child any longer. I am stronger. Here's where I stand. Here's who I am. Help me to move on, but please don't tell me how. I'm on my way. I'm moving now. In this life we've come so far, but we're only who we are. With courage of love, show us the way. Got the power to stand up and here's where I stand. Here's who I am. Stand up and be counting on you. If you're with me, we'll make it through. Here's where I stand. Here's who I am. Love me, love me, love me, and we'll make it through. Here's where I stand. Baby, 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 I'm counting on you. Here's where I stand. Love me, love me, love me, and we'll make it through. I'm counting. Oh, I'm counting. I'm counting. I'm counting on you. Here's where I stand. Here's who I am. I'm counting.
Here I am. I really want to thank all of you for being here. Can we please actually thank the piano movers? They have really been through it. Before we do go, though, and I know we've kind of gone into the reception time. Of course, for those of you who have been to my other concerts, this is nothing. Right? Wasn't there one year we were like 3 hours, right? Yeah, so hey, this is early. All right, so anyway, I did want to, though, mention our dear friend, Jeremy Chung, who we lost recently. And as Jessica said, he really, I tell you, he was so excited that we were going to do a World AIDS Day. We're 6 feet apart. That we were going to do a World AIDS Day concert again. And this really is for Jeremy. He did many things. And you know, he was only in Rochester with us for a short while, really, but his impact is enormous. If you didn't know Jeremy, you were impacted by his life anyway, if you lived in Rochester. And he was here, he was a community guest programmer here at MAG for Pride Celebration. He was a presenter at MAG's Passion Projects. He was a community liaison for the AIDS Posters Exhibition Project. And there's a beautiful rainbow bench dedicated in his honor out here that reads, "In memory of Jeremy Chung, 1964 to 2021, who fought against gun violence and believed in a just society that cherishes the dignity of all." So this is for you, Jeremy, and this is for all of you because, as I said in the beginning, we need everyone's voice. And this song I've always sung at the end of the World AIDS Day concerts. It's my favorite song, but it also, I think, for me, speaks about these individual voices that we are, that we then sort of combine into that symphony or rainbow in this sense. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens its magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that we dare to dream will come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, then wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, or way above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't you and I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't Thank you. Good night. Please join us for what's left of our time in the reception. Thank you all for being here tonight. Go out there and change the world in some way. Thank you.